Hello everyone. In this video, we will try to solve some of the vector and tensor operations using Einstein notation. So this is the transport phenomena tutorial sheet 1. So the first question is that you need to prove u dot v cross w is equal to v dot w cross u. So as I said in the last video, that when there is an equality or inequality and on both sides we have same vector, we will try to use same index for the same vector. So in Einstein notation, this particular equation that we need to prove can be written as ui dotted with vj crossed with wk, and we need to prove that this is equal to vj dotted with wk cross ui. So I will start with left hand side. LHS is ui dotted with vj crossed with wk. So this is ui dotted with vj wk e j k l. Now here j and k are repeating and l is the vector. So summation sign is associated with all of these j, k and l, but jk because of repetition becomes scalar quantities. So ui is a vector because I is a free index. So I and L are vector which we will try to dot now. So when we dot U, I, V, J, W, K, E, J, K, L, del IL, where del IL is again Kronecker delta, and if we want to get rid of this Kronecker delta, we can replace L with I. So this becomes ui vj wk e j k I. Now I will solve right hand side. On right hand side, vj dotted with wk crossed with ui, this becomes vj wk ui e k I l. Now again j and l will be dotted. This becomes vj wk ui e k I l del jl. So now Kronecker delta comes because of dot product, and if we want to remove Kronecker delta, we can replace L with J. So that becomes Vj Wk Ui Ekij. Now this Ekij, if we rotate it in a cycle, then this quantity remains the same. So this can be written as Vj Wk Ui E I J K. So I have taken K on this side. Here also I can take I on this side, and this becomes U I V J W K E I J K and U I V J W K E I J K. So these are same now. So we have proved the equality that these two quantities are same. The second question now is that we need to prove u cross v dotted with w cross z. This is equal to u dot w v dot z minus u dot z and v dot w. Now we know that u cross v gives us a vector, w cross z will also give us a vector, and their dot product together will give us a scalar quantity, and therefore everything on the right hand side is also scalar. So I will now start with left hand side again. So in Einstein notation, this can be written as ui cross vj dotted with wk cross zl. So this becomes ui vj eijm dotted with, I am solving now WK cross ZL. So this will become WKZL and the permutation symbol EKLN comes. So here now M and N are vector, others are repeating. So dot product will be between M and N. So UI VJ EIJM WK ZLEKLN, and because of the dot product we will get a Kronecker delta del Mn. If we want to get rid of this Kronecker delta, we can replace N with M. So this becomes UI VJ WK ZL EIJM EKLM, because now again we have used Kronecker delta and replaced N with M. Now IJM and KLM. So when one of these indices is same in the permutation symbol, then we can use an identity and change it into form of a Kronecker delta. The identity is given on page 811 of Bird Stuart Lightfoot. So this identity is that if we have I, J, K and E, M and K, then this is equal to del IM del JN minus del IN del JM. So if we do this, then this becomes UI VJ WK ZL. This will become del IK del JL minus del IL del JK. So if this is the case, now we will write all these magnitudes of U, V, W, Z with the Kronecker delta. So this will become U, I, V, J, W, K, Z, L del I, K del J, L minus U, I, V, J, W, K, Z, L del I, L del J, K. Now I, K represent the dot product between I and K, and del JL represent dot product between J and L. So I and K, J and L. So this becomes U dot W V dot Z minus similarly IL. So between I and L, this becomes U dot Z and V dot W. So this is the right hand side. Otherwise what you can do is you can remove these Kronecker delta, replace I with K, J with L, similarly here also, and then you will try to solve the right hand side. But I haven't done that. I have just taken that this will represent the dot product in Einstein notation. This Kronecker deltas also represent the dot product, and I have just written what dot products do they represent. So this gives us the right hand side. The third question is, if EIJK sigma ij is equal to 0, then sigma is a symmetric tensor. So this question can be asked both ways, that if this is given, then prove that sigma is a symmetric tensor, or if sigma is a symmetric tensor, then prove this. So I will go in the direction that if this is given, then prove that sigma is a symmetric tensor, and you can do the opposite. So if sigma is a tensor, in Einstein notation, sigma can be written in terms of I and J, and if we want to write it in the full notation, it will be del I, del J and summation I going from 1 to 3 and J also going from 1 to 3. Now you can see this will have 9 components, and we can write those components in terms of a matrix, and this direction is now I direction, this direction is now J direction. Now if this has to be symmetric, what does this mean? That sigma 21 is equal to sigma 12. Now if I have to write this in full form, then this means that sigma 21 magnitude with direction del 2 del 1 is equal to sigma 12 with direction del 1 del 2. So these magnitudes are same in when the directions are reversed. So when we are writing sigma ij is symmetric, so that means that sigma ij is equal to sigma ji. So here we are reversing the direction. When we write in Einstein notation and we try to write that sigma ij del I del j is equal to sigma ji del j del I. This means that we are writing the same thing. So this is the same matrix, not a symmetric matrix, because I and j on the right hand side are free indices and I can be replaced with j and j can be replaced with I. So when we are writing a symmetric tensor in form of Einstein notation, we need to be cognizant of the fact the magnitude is same of both but the directions are reversed. So if now this is the case, if we want to now prove this particular statement, then we have that Eijk del Ij is equal to 0. That can be written as sigma Ij Eijk plus Eijk divided by 2 is equal to 0. If we change the order, the cyclic order of this, then we need to write a negative sign. So this becomes Eijk minus Ejik. So now the order is reversed. This divided by 2 is equal to 0. 2 can be taken on the right hand side. So this becomes Eijk minus sigma Ij Ejik is equal to 0. So in this expression, again I and j are free indices and there is a summation sign and direction associated with it, and if we change I to j, j to I, summation sign still be there, so everything will remain same if we change I with j and j with I. So let us do that. Sigma Ij Eijk minus sigma ji Eijk is equal to 0. So this becomes sigma Ij Eijk is equal to sigma ji Eijk. So that this cancels out. So sigma Ij is equal to sigma ji. So again we have taken j and I as directions here. So this does not represent the magnitude but the direction. So magnitude of the two vectors which are del I del j and here del j del I, they are same. So this proves that sigma is a symmetric tensor. And now you need to be also aware of the fact that this is a vector quantity. I and j are repeating but k is not repeating. So this is a vector quantity. So if you want to prove it in directions, you need to prove it in all directions, that is k going from 1 to 3. So you can do that too. With this we end the tutorial 1. Thank you.